Hello, hi, welcome to the stream. Hi, Lucas. It is Thursday, yes. So welcome to the Thursday evening broadcast. I do these broadcasts every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. UK time. I have a hair in my eye. So yeah, I do these streams through YouTube every Thursday at 8:30. So you watch through YouTube and then you can ask questions through Skype. And my Skype is Rebekah Maroon. Rebekah Maroon. And you can call in to speak with me on YouTube, or you can through Skype, but on YouTube, or you can write a question again through Skype. So I've called this stream "How How Can Who." I'll speak about that very shortly. Just gonna wait for a few minutes before I begin the introduction. I bought a lava lamp this week, and it's turned off, but it's like stopped in that position, which looks pretty cool. It's really bizarre because I know I do a stream on Thursday at 8:30, and every Thursday I seem to, I don't forget, but I seem to leave it to a last minute to like get things ready. I really just every single Thursday to put the bins out, to wash the dishes, to tidy the room. It's always like last minute. So I'm going to try next week to like remember like an hour before to start to prepare. It's really funny. So what is being spoken about in, I'm going to say, spirituality, or at least non-duality anyway. What is being described, you could describe it as a coming back, so out of time, out of the mind, a coming back to the body, or coming back to the experience, a coming back to what is happening. Now that can sound completely crazy to someone hearing that. Like, coming back, like, how? I haven't left here. How can I come back? I'm here. So I can imagine it sounds really crazy, that description of coming back to what's actually happening, to the experience, to the body, to what is. Because it's such a normal thing for humans, for our human society, our human conditioning. It's such a normal thing for this mental identification that it's not even questioned. It's not even a thought about questioning the thinking mind. Questioning who this person is, who this story of someone is. It's not even in the arena. It's just the way it is. This story of I begins. The story of me and my life, my story, what's happened to me, my experiences, who I am, what I think, what I feel, what I know, what I believe. It's just taken as a reality, as truth, that belongs and is somebody, that is a subject. It's a reality, a real subject having an experience. And so to come across teachings or messages that are questioning that, questioning the normality of that way of living, can seem very radical, very different. And that's what's happening here, is a questioning of this belief, this idea, which isn't just a mental idea or belief, but it becomes the experience, this sense of you living in a body, you operating this instrument, you looking out, you thinking and feeling. Is a questioning of whether that is true. Is that true? Is this happening to someone? Is life happening to someone? Is life being lived by someone? And as these thoughts, these ideas start to crumble or start to be seen through, then there is a natural coming back to what is happening, coming back to the experience, rather than this dream reality, this abstraction of the mind and its stories, are coming back to what is actually happening, coming back to the discomfort, coming back to life actually happening. Now, when this is heard by that thinking mind, which believes it is a doer, so it believes it is doing life, it is independent and has free will. So when it's heard by that thinking mind, that sense of autonomy, its natural response to that is, well, how do I do that? So I am the doer. How do I now do that? How do I come back to what is actually happening? And that's actually a natural kind of way that the mind functions, because if there's hunger or thirst, the natural response is, well, how can I fix that? How can I resolve that issue and get a drink or get food? That's a natural way of the mind, of this instrument, is a sense of autonomy, is a sense of doership. Like it's an animal, a machine that has that ability to survive. It wants to survive, it wants to flourish, it wants to be happy. So okay, in one way, on the machine or on the human level, that's quite natural for there to be this sense of, how can I do that? How can I fix that? How can I achieve that? But this is questioning the reality of that. It's questioning, is that seeming autonomy, that seeming doership actually real? Is there actually someone in that doership? So in the doing of a drink, the doing of reaching for a drink, is there an actual doer in that behavior or the action? So for the question, how can I come back to what is happening? The question has to be, who are you? Who is this one who can come back to what is happening? Or can't come back to what is happening? Who is this one that believes itself to be real? who can come back to this, to what is happening. And yet there seems to be a coming back. A stopping of the dream of you. So this message is very, very confusing to the mind, very paradoxical. Which is confusing to the mind and frustrating maybe as well. But what is being spoken about isn't something in the mind, isn't something in understanding. So the paradoxical nature of this message isn't a problem because it isn't for the mind to understand it. It isn't for the mind to work it out. What is happening doesn't need to be worked out. What is happening regardless of whether the mind understands it, doesn't understand it, has clarity, has no clarity. What is happening is so the actual experience is, and there's no one to come back to it. It is. It's immediate freedom. Immediate freedom. What is happening? Oops. So you can I have to use my phone for Skype, so it's a bit awkward, but we can see how it works.
Hello?
Oops, my hi.
Hello? You see me?
I can't see you. No.
Now?
Hang on. Yeah, now I can see you.
Hello.
Hi. Let me just raise your volume. It's a bit quiet because you're on my phone. I'm not sure
My
whether.
volume?
Yeah, it's a bit quiet. I can hear you, but can the stream hear you? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either. Okay, we'll just try and see. We'll see what happens. I'll hold you close to my the camera.
Wait a second. I don't know what to do with this.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah.
Maybe now it's better?
I can hear you. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, so finally now it's the day I see you. I see you and you see me and I talking now because so many months, you know, you are in my own world. You are legend. Yeah, you. So there was so many hard times, and I then put your video, and sometimes I survived.
Yeah.
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 Because sometimes 2 seconds or 3 of your logging and total change.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, I will have question for you.
Okay.
But this I need to do some question because if I want to speak with you, there must be some topic. Yes.
Yeah. I think it helps for the stream to have a question or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So I actually also do non-duality meetings in Poland. My own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe maybe my question will be about the silence, because we have opposites, good and bad. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Good and bad, right, wrong, cold and hot, and in non-duality teachings, everything is the same. The two sides of the same. Yes, nothing is better. Cold is not better than hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why the silence? So many times in non-duality meetings, why the silence is somehow most important? Why silence? We have silence and we have non-silence, or I don't know, the noise.
Yeah.
So, but I think the silence is something special in non-duality. Sitting in silence. Why? Why is this? That's his question.
Silence. I don't think that absence of noise is better than noise. It isn't better. It doesn't like mean it's closer to this, or it's more of a priority than noise or anything. But I think it feels beautiful, the silence. And I think it's to do with like we're so used to form, so we're so used to the movement, objects, forms, activity, doing this movement, thinking. And so when there is that silence, absence of, noise or thinking or whatever, it's like a revealing of that which isn't limited to form, and that which is form but also isn't form. So it's like a breaking of that addiction or that attachment. Like you're uncovering all these seeming layers or seeming things that you believe yourself to be. You are the thinking, you are the emotions, you are the this, the that. But it isn't true. You aren't any particular thing. But even in the forms, even in the speaking now, there is that silence. In the movement, there's that stillness. In the fullness, there's emptiness always. They can't really be separated out. But it just seems like in the silence, it's that obviousness of it.
Yeah. silence isn't this. Silent isn't the source. The source is silence and non-silence, but something special in silence. Non-covers. Non-covers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's maybe something in duality. Would have some biggest, I don't know, some special meaning from non-duality. This silence is the portal to seeing non-duality.
Yeah, you could say that. I'm okay with that.
All right. Okay, so thank you for answering.
Oh, thanks for calling in. I don't get many calls, so thank you for calling.
Yeah, that will be strange to hear myself on
Yeah.
your streams.
Yeah.
But something new. Yeah, something new is something good always.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's very good to talk with you. I even not feel this as some special moment, but there is. Yeah. Yes. I waiting for this. I don't know. 50 months. Yeah. I always got you on MP3.
MP3. How do
you know what I mean?
Yeah. The audio.
Because sometimes I going to the forest, to woods for walking.
Yeah.
And your voice. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe that's it for today.
Okay.
Yeah. So have a nice time.
Oh, you too, Lucas. Thanks for calling. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Bye. I can't turn this off now. Okay. Oops. I'll just put myself online. I'm not online. The ego is still there, and there's understanding of non-duality, both creating confusion and havoc. Yeah. Understanding non-duality can create lots of confusion and havoc. It can make you crazy, like crazy, trying to understand non-duality, trying to conceptualize it and trying to reach a point of arriving at non-duality. My only thing I can say to that is to feel that, pain, feel that suffering, feel that confusion, feel that torture, Feel the mind going crazy, trying to work it out. Feel what that feels like. What we tend to do, what the mind tends to do, is try to resolve that and sort it out with more thinking. It tries to find the answer to that in the mind, which is unstable. It's unstable. So rather than just paying attention to those thoughts, like feel what that feels like. And there's something here untouched by it. There's something here that can handle all feelings, all thoughts, all confusion, all pain, all suffering. And it's totally free. But you can't jump to that with the mind. The mind will try and jump to that place as a concept. You could say it's through feeling uncomfortability, it's through feeling the agony. It's there, this freedom, this peace. It's here. It isn't resisting or rejecting anything. It isn't trying to work anything out. Oh, there you go. So feel free to send in questions or to call. just thinking how it's really funny how like you start off in this message and you really believe, you really believe on some level that you're going to get something. You believe, first of all, you exist, and then you believe this is about you getting something. And in this getting of something, we'll be happy. We'll have arrived at rest or at peace or at wholeness. As soon as the mind takes hold, then it's all about time. It's all about arriving at somewhere in the future. And so to point back to what is happening, the sound of the fan or the feelings of pain or whatever's happening, the light, the traffic, the wall, the breath, to point back to the simplicity of what is, to the thinking mind that's locked into time, into arriving in the future. It can seem very disappointing, very irritable even, irritating even. The suggestion to feel your big toe or your knee, or to feel your fingers. It can be a sense of or an idea of what's the point in that? What will that do for me? What will that give to me? Will that give me enlightenment? Will that give me a know me, a nobody? But that's all in the dream. That's all in the mental dream. This. So there's no more questions. So thank you, Lucas, for calling. I'm going to try and get a better setup for next week because it's hard to really talk to you through the phone. It was hard to see your face and hear you. So I'm going to get a better setup for next week, if I remember. If I remember. Yeah. To avoid holding the phone. Okay, so lots of love. See you. Bye.